Hi, it's Karen, and today I'm going to do a different type of spirit box communication. You've seen my tests, my samples, if you want to put them that way, as in trialing out the flux spirit box and so on, and also the Paranormal ghost box, the VR ghost box. Today what I'm going to do is, because one of the YouTube followers, a Zach Rodriguez, had actually asked if I could possibly contact his uncle and his his cousin, Nick and Rick Lovato. I said I will definitely try to. Now there is absolutely no way of me knowing these people per se. There's nothing for me to really go on as in, validating that these people are coming through, these spirits, and they still are people. So the important thing to remember is, even though I will try to do this, I never say there is a guarantee. However, at the moment there are a few strange spirits around me, but this is not unusual. So I'm going to start up now. I'm going to go with a combination of two today. The VR Paranormal Ghost Box, which I'm opening now. And I'll just drag that into the screen. And the other one I'm going to use is going to be the Flux Ghost Box. Now these are two different companies altogether. As you can see now, I have the premium edition. I was so impressed with the VR Ghost Box, I actually went out and purchased it. That's right, I spent money on an app. And these are two apps that I have invested in. Normally, you wouldn't find me spending any money on an app, but I just felt these ones are giving an opportunity for communication to come through. With this, I've noticed that when I purchased it, I now have, and I haven't actually used it, to be honest with you, since my trial with the demo, with the VR Ghost Box. But here, as you can see, they've got 100 milliseconds, 200 milliseconds, and 250. These are the different sweep rates, which are pretty common also with the PSB 7. Now, on the PSB 11, of course, you've got a 50 milliseconds, which is incredibly fast warp speed that you get with those particular things. Anyway, I'm going to put it to 100, and let me just have a look here. The mute only on the sound bank part, white noise will stay play. I don't want to mute that because I just feel, I don't know. I don't know whether if I mute that, what will happen, but I'm not going to do it during this session. I'll try it when I'm on my own. Over here, I'm going to show you a bit about the Ghost Box from the Paranormal device from, where are you? The GB1, I should say. Company name is Ghost Hunter Apps. Got a little bit of music there and a little intro of who's behind it. Over here, you have the Extreme Sensors software. So this is something, two apps, two different companies all together. I'll start by just making sure my volume's down a bit because I don't want it to drown out the session. This is a scan rate. This is the volume here. I'm going to put it to about, I like 30 for some reason. On this, I'm not sure whether, okay, well if I press it, that's what mutes it. Okay. Now this is the white noise volume. Now I can adjust this. The only thing that doesn't show is how much it is. So if I'm assuming that's a 5, 10, 20, 30, I'll just leave it in the center for now. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the two together. Okay, I'll just turn that down a bit. I'm going to turn that right down there. And here. Hello? How are we today? That's good. My name is Karen, and I'm just wanting to ask if there is anyone for Zach Rodriguez. Now, he's wanting me to communicate. I need to turn this down a bit more. I need to ask if there is anyone for Zach Rodriguez. Is there a Nick or Rick Lovato? Is there a Nick or Rick Lovato? Can you say your name, please? Who do I have present? Hello? Can you tell me, should I turn this one off, the GB one? Okay, I'll turn that off. Can you tell me if there is a Nick or Rick Lovato here? Can you please tell me if there is something you would like to say to Zach Rodriguez? I'm going to change the speed. Can you say Zach Rodriguez if you are connected? Is there anyone here for Zach Rodriguez? Okay, I'm going to turn this on B, and I'm going to start this. I'm going to stop that. Is there anyone here? Now that has automatically gone up in volume. Is Zach Rodriguez able to communicate with Nick or Rick Lovato? Is Nick or Rick Lovato here? Can you say your name, please? Can you tell me your name, please? Okay, I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to welcome the spirits that are here, and I really do want to communicate on behalf of Zach Rodriguez, if I'm able to, if there is a permission to do so. I would like to communicate with his uncle and his cousin, Nick and Rick Lovato. Now, I understand if you don't want to communicate, it is completely up to you. But if you can do this, or even if you want to speak into my recording studio's device here, the spirit ears or the mic, you are most welcome to do so. Please don't feel any limitation whatsoever. I welcome you. I do ask that you understand that I'm only doing this for this person because they want to reach out to you. I feel that they want to let you know that they love you and they miss you dearly. What I'm also going to do now as an extra step, I'm going to turn on the spirit box. Now, for those that know, I have a Andy's box. It is the edition number 63 by Andrew Openlander. He's from, I'll put the address on the screen for you. I just had a mental blank then. But I really do, I stand by this device. It's fantastic, and I really have become quite attached to it, interesting enough. Anyway, I'll tell you a little story before I do that. One night I was doing a spirit session, and I just thought I'll take it into my bedroom. And I had the spirit box on the bed with me. Well, of course, after a while, you do get a little drained, especially when you're, if you're like me, you have a lot of spirits around all the time. It's very easy to just fall off to sleep like that. Not that I've got one of those diseases, but anyway, I fell asleep and I felt someone slap me on the leg. Not a hard slap, not in any way of hurting me or anything like that, just to sort of getting my attention. And I looked up and I noticed that the Andy's box was not directly beside me, but over on the side still, and I'd forgot to put it on the table. And I just thought, as I laid down, I wonder if they're trying to get me to use it again. But I didn't, because I was just too tired. But that's just a little story I thought I'd share with you all. Now, I'm going to turn on the Andy's box. Good morning. Is there anyone for Zach Rodriguez? Is there anyone here for Zach Rodriguez? Can you say your name, please? What is your name, please? Is his uncle or cousin here, please? Zach would really like to make communication. Can you say Zach's name, please? Okay. Well, it seems that, and as I mentioned previously, I never forced spirits to come through. I actually felt there were some strange ones around me, not strange, but strangers, ones that I'm not used to having around me, but it is very common in what I do to attract spirit energy. And also the fact that, this is a daily thing for me. I didn't really feel as though there was anyone putting their hand up in the room saying, yes, I'm connected with this person. So I'm not going to lie and say, yes, I actually saw this in the room. However, spirits are also able to not show themselves to me, and there are times when I just hear their disembodied voices. Now, the interesting thing is, even with these apps that you see on the screen, the VR Ghost Box and the GB1 or Ghost Box one by Paranormal Device and the VR by X Paranormal, it's important to understand that they can also tweak these devices. Not the businesses, but the actual spirits are able to tweak these devices. I've even had cases where I've done Skype readings and the whole audio has been affected, not by, something going wrong, but through spirit voice coming through, sort of cutting the airwaves between that session over a Skype, and it's been pretty amazing. Sometimes I will hear them, but of course the other person won't, because of the fact that the spirit may be with that person during that reading. Now, with that said, spirits can be anywhere at any given time. It's like you think of a place and you're instantly there. So how wonderful and magical is the spirit realm, that you don't have to book any seats or anything like that on a plane. Now, I'm going to close this session now, but I hope it has given you something to go on. As I mentioned, could not validate hearing them per se, so it doesn't mean they've got to be with me whenever I'm communicating. I think it's important also that, you know, if, for example, they are with others around in your family or what have you, I'm not saying they're not with you, but what I'm saying is if they're with others, they may feel that there's a duty they have to watch over them, or they may be, you know, on the other side having a ball. So the last thing, I mean, if they have been skeptics as well, just to give you a bit of an insight, if in this life they were quite skeptical about that and they just don't want to talk to me, then that's okay. You should never force them to anyway. But at least you can see that I tried. I kept asking and asking and asking, and I try not to be so persistent because, you know, whether they do or they don't, it's up to them. But I will let you go now, and thank you once again for asking me. But please know that I don't do this all the time, so I really don't want to be inundated with requests. But if I can, I will certainly try. Have a good day. Bye.